So tonight I've been to see The Girl in the Spider's Web. Now I'm going to be honest with you, I had no intention of going to the cinema to see this. I saw the trailer so many times, I got bored of it. I didn't even look, I was just eating my ice cream while that trailer was on, wasn't even interested. I'd never seen any of the dragon tattoos, never felt interested in seeing any of them either, to be honest. Partly the name, I do very much judge movies by their name, judge a book by its cover kind of attitude towards movies. If the movie sounds meh, then I might never go and see it. And that was kind of my thoughts on Girl in the Dragon Tattoo. I couldn't even tell you whether this is a follow-on. I've never seen them, and you know, I don't know any about the story. I think they're a book or something. So you know, I know nothing. So what I will do is I will tell you how I feel about this movie purely on face value of this movie alone. And I've got to say straight off the bat, I enjoyed it. The trailer didn't inspire me, and I'd heard some reviews that really didn't inspire me. Yet I actually quite enjoyed it. I did. Maybe because I was expecting it to be pants. I actually sat at the back of the cinema thinking, I'll sit at the back, and then if I get bored and I want to do some texting or keep myself entertained with my phone, then I can without annoying other people. No, it didn't pick my phone up once. Not, you know, it was a good film. Mark Kermode talks a lot about Claire Foy, who was in First Man, who I also saw recently. She was okay in First Man, but I thought she was really good in this. I think without her, she was the movie. Claire Foy was the movie. She was brilliant. I loved her character. It was kind of like a James Bond kind of movie, but better. She was kind of like James Bond meets Inspector Gadget, but instead of being Gadget, it's all to do with hacking and, you know, those kind of gadgets. Not crappy go-go gadget arm gadgets, but gadgets that are to do with hacking people's computers. And I love that. You know, I'd probably say part of me would quite like to have been a hacker, to have that kind of skill and knowledge. I think would be totally cool. So this kind of spoke to me on a personal level. It ticked a lot of my boxes that, you know, appealed to my personality. It was, like I say, very James Bondy. She was an amazing character. She's this tough, kick-ass, amazing character who is really, you know, independent. She's a bit of a loner, I would say, and she's kind of cold without being overly cold. It's weird, you know. She's like, she doesn't need emotional connections with people. She's her own person. She's kind of harsh but fair, the way she speaks and treats to people. I liked her, yeah. I mean, if this is what the Dragon Tattoo movies are like, then I need to see them, because I think I'd really enjoy them. It was very much your action-packed James Bondy meets Mission Impossible type movie to a degree. You know, you had the bad guys, the good guys, but she was kind of just this sole agent working on her own, and there was additional storyline stuff going on, which was quite interesting. You found out about her childhood. I don't know whether this was part of the other books, if they are all the same, which I think they are. I think they're all the same character and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed learning about this character. Starts off at the beginning of the movie, her childhood, and you can tell that's obviously supposed to be her. And yeah, you don't find out much about her childhood, but you get you learn enough to know, you know, what this girl has probably been through as a person, and that's probably, you know, entirely what shaped her as an adult. And the way she acts, she's kind of almost like a superhero. I always like to make sure I don't say too much in my reviews, because I appreciate a lot of people won't watch trailers because they want to know nothing. So I'm going to try in my reviews and give away absolutely nothing about the plot, so you can watch my review and hopefully get a feel for whether or not it might be a movie you like without me giving away any of the storyline. But let's just say the superhero element of her character you get introduced to at the very beginning. and she does something that made me think, oh my god, yes, like if I was a superhero, I would want to protect a certain group of people, and that's kind of what she appears to do. That appears to be what her character is all about. She protects a certain group of people, and I like that. I applaud her for that. I think nice one. I love what she does. I absolutely love what she does. But then the storyline takes a twist from what she normally does, and all of a sudden she finds herself in this world to do with cyber type crimes. So like I say, if you've seen the trailer, I have heard a lot of people say how much the trailer spoiled the film, because the trailer just gave away way too much. So whatever you do, don't watch the trailer. Just ask yourself this question: do I want to see a movie that's kind of got like a James Bond type character, that's female and 10 times as kick-ass as James Bond? Like, she's got skills that James Bond couldn't even dream of having. She's like the whole of the James Bond cast in one character. You know how James Bond has got Q, the guy that, or girl, that comes up with all the cool gadgets that get him out of trouble? Well, she's Q. She's Q, she's James Bond, she's tough, she's unbelievably strong, and, you know, I don't feel no pain and all that kind of stuff. You know, she's, yeah, what a role model. Love it. Absolutely great character. She totally nails it. She's very lovable and likable. Even though she's cold, you kind of really like her as well, which I think that's quite impressive to do. So yeah, if you like that kind of movie, it was quite serious. I mentioned Mission Impossible earlier. I would say Mission Impossible is kind of an Americanized, jokey kind of movie. This wasn't. This was serious, quite dark to a degree. I would say, you know, it's quite a dark movie. So yeah, it was on for an hour and 50 minutes. It didn't drag. I made a point of not looking at my phone to see what time it was, because I was kind of that swept up in the movie. I kind of didn't want any clues as to how soon it was going to end, you know, because I really didn't know what was going to happen and what was going to come next, and I didn't really want to spoil it for myself. And all that told, you know, I really enjoyed it. So please let me know what you think, and also let me know about The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Am I going to like those movies? If I like this movie, how do The Girl in the Dragon Tattoo compare to The Girl in the Spider's Web? Is it a sequel? Is that how it works? I don't know. But I do know I enjoyed this film a lot more than I expected. I literally wasn't going to go to the movies to see it. But as it turned out, I got there late to see the movie that I did want to see. So this was the only one on, and I'm glad I saw it. Now, what would I give it out of 10? Definitely 7+. How far up would I go from 7? I would go in the region of 7.3, I think. It was above average, decent, enjoyable, but not spectacular, but, you know, decent. And do you need to see it at the movies? That's an important question, because if you're paying £10 to go to the cinema, that's a hell of a lot of money, and I would suggest maybe see something else, because this movie, for me, would work perfectly well at home, watching it on DVD. There didn't seem to be any spectacular scenes like, you know, you had to see on a big screen. It was very much just it was good without needing to be at the cinema, basically. So, you know, if you've got your Cine Pass where you get to go for as many movies as you like, definitely go and give it a watch at the cinema. It's definitely worth a watch. But if you're selective about what movies you go to the cinema for, if you just want to go to the cinema for your blockbuster movies, the ones that you absolutely must see at the cinema to really get the most out of them, this isn't one of them. So very enjoyable, but you could certainly get just as much enjoyment from watching it at home. So let me know what you think. I thought this was a good movie, good solid 7+ out of 10. Let me know what you think.